Alright, what is up, everybody? I'm back. And, yeah, we're here for episode 3. Hoping to finally get our first big storm of the year. And we haven't really gotten one yet. But hopefully, here soon, it'll start to turn on us. And we'll get an active season. But so far, it has been pretty slow. I mean, we've had a couple storms here and there. You know, we've had a ton of hailstorms. There's been no lack of hailstorms this season. Problem is those hailstorms aren't turning into anything more than hailstorms. We need tornadoes, we need hurricanes, we need strong, severe weather in order for this to be a successful season. And that just hasn't happened up to this point. Hopefully that'll begin to change here in the next episode or two. If not, we could be in for a long, slow season that may involve me having to make some adjustments to settings just so we can have something entertaining happen. And just look at that. You got your 2 storm systems off to the east. Sun setting over the horizon. Got an apple from that. That storm is strengthening. I mean, if it comes any closer to us, I might consider it, but it's a little far out from me. Of course, that'll probably be the one storm to turn. Actually, that makes me I need to look at something then. Did I go too far on it? No, I didn't. About where I had it before. We'll do 3,500. We'll try that. That's gonna be slightly higher odds of a deadly storm, but it's not like insanely high. And I do think that's how this works. I think this clock will rotate through. We're like middle of spring right now, based on what I'm seeing. I'm completely thrown off by that. That looked completely different than what I saw yesterday. But anyway, with that in mind, oh, and by the way, ignore the purple grass breaking texture. That just comes with the shaders I'm using. With that in mind, though, first let's get our food out, and we need iron. Not for tools this time. I'm making a bucket, and we're clearing some water out of here. Watch, this thing actually is going to turn, and I'm going to regret it. I might actually make myself a boat just in case. The old boat crafting? Yes, it is. Remember for a while they tried that new crafting method. It did not last long. Yeah, as of right now, like I said, that poll should have been up by now. It actually probably came out when episode 2 came out. But depending on how you guys have responded to that poll, possibly in the next episode or 2, we'll have a proper camera and all that. If not, if you guys don't really care, then you won't bother with it. Simply put. Ah, that's terrible. Hey, water, would you like to flow? There we are. We need water to just destroy this grass. Because I do not need it here. There we go. Get most of this grass out of here. And I don't think this is going to turn again. So maybe it does have an effect on... I'm actually going to go look it up. You know what? I want to know. I'm going to Google this. I'll be back in a moment. I may have an answer, but I'm not entirely sure if it is right. Based on something I may have read, for this mod in particular, and we're going to try it at 5,000 just to see. Based on Serene Seasons, of course, it didn't affect that storm. But apparently, it uses server settings instead of player settings. At least to an extent. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see. Like, for that particular one, because everything else is the same. I'm going to try change the server rate of Deadly Storms. Let me see if that makes any difference. Because, you know, why not? We're not getting anything right now. We may as well do some tweaking while we're here. It is a beautiful day across the horizon outside of those storms way out in the distance. Seems like a perfect day to finally settle down and build a house. You know, something we haven't done yet. And it's not going to be an insanely fancy house. It's going to be pretty basic. You know what? At least it's a house. Because that's typically a step up from half of the series that I do. Where I just decide, F it, I'm not doing it. And put up our basic pillars. Let's do our land. I just listen, I feel like we need a house. Will I take fall damage? Oh, that's genius, actually. We need a house. We need to get something going in terms of, like, structure in this series. Because as much as I love storm chasing, and look at the shaders, man. Look at how they just go through that. That is beautiful. But, as much as I love chasing around things, we all know there's much more at stake when I actually have a house that could get destroyed. So, we're going to up the ante a little bit, make it a little bit more intriguing if something was to head down this way. As we do have a new storm on radar. I don't think it's heading our direction, is it? It is not. Kind of following in the same path of the previous hailstorm. But that might be my test to figure out if it's storm settings or not. Truthfully, I don't know. Or server or player settings for this mod. Because I know normally I just do player settings and it runs perfectly fine. But I guess this mod might do things a little differently than I think. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it is. But it just... It would explain the lack of, you know, severe storm. Well, not really severe. It would explain the lack of tornadoes. Because we've had severe storms. We've had those in troves. But that's about it. They're nothing more than that up to this point. So it makes me believe that that's the setting that I didn't know, and that thing turned fast. That might actually be the setting I needed to change. So that thing's starting to rip out there. Oh. Oh, there's fertile seasons for stuff now. Summer and autumn. Okay. Actually, kind of nice to see. I mean, I'm glad trees aren't, you know, you can't have them during this season thing. Because that would be a little annoying if it was, you know, winter, but I needed trees. And the game just said, no, not allowed. Arcuna, does this have a fertile season? No. We're gonna figure it out. I'm really curious if that setting was what it was. Because that turns, and that's actually moving kind of quick. You know what? I said I wasn't gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this for myself later, in case I need them. So I forgot to install a mini map. Actually, probably something I need to do like ASAP. But I'm gonna try to get a view of this thing. If it turns, I want to be there. Even if it's just, a hurricane. Just give us some weather to talk about. Let's get over here. I see a storm. Ooh. Actually, that might take priority. Yeah, that's taking priority. This storm's taking too long. There's a storm that's going to come a little bit closer to where we are. Might actually go right through where we are. I'm going to stay back. I don't even care if it's boring for a bit. You guys can skip ahead if you need. But, we're going to hang back. I want to see if that turns into something. Because as of right now, I feel like that's our best shot. Also, I'm going to do this. Because I feel like I can't hear it. It's never coming through. Turn the music up. I want in-game music on. Adds a little something to it, you know? That's strengthening quick. Ooh, we might have something on our hands over there. Some saplings, I guess. It's gonna turn night again. That's fine. Actually, it'd be kind of hilarious. Not even gonna lie, it would be a little hilarious if that storm out there turned and got this base before I even finished what I was doing with it. Kind of funny. But, let's see. Yeah, because that might turn. That one didn't go. So we were right to not chase that. That ended up dying out before it got here. So that's successful decision by myself. Do a little bit of that. I genuinely think we may finally have our storm of the year. We're getting closer and closer to late spring. If this mod is accurate, late spring is about the time that the storms really start to ramp up. I'm hoping this mod doesn't just decide, or that spring seasons doesn't make it to where the only time tornadoes can happen is summertime. Like I said, that would be a point where I'd be like, okay, that's just dumb. But we're gonna hope and pray this turns into something at least. 'Cause we know we need something severe. Now there's something blowing up over there. If that picks up, we'll go to it. Actually, I'll go and grab my thing just in case it goes off. I really hope that that's how this mod works, and it doesn't just shut down the damn spawn rate of tornadoes. If it does, we'll have to make adjustments to my mod packs. As cool as seasons and all that is, it does me no good if it's killing off my entire series, you know? Plus, I don't think I can be in any more favorable conditions, so I really don't know why it wouldn't turn. Is there another storm over here now? Of course, that weekend. Damn. I think I went out of range of the other storms, so that one's now dead too. Darn, we just can't get we can't get a true superstorm right now. Or a supercell. We get ones that'll bring up, you know, that'll bring in storms. Is there a setting I missed? Like, is there something that I missed? Because that wouldn't even surprise me. I don't care how many can be in each layer. Okay, maybe it's this. We'll do that. Oh, there it is. How did that happen? What is the base settings? I remember what happened here. Okay, hold on guys, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I figured out part of the problem. My settings were busted. I had my settings changed from back when I was doing the short films and stuff, where I did the one short film and I actually had intentions of more than that. May or may not have left them cranked to that setting, which was supposed to be a hurricane episode. And it turned out to be what was causing all of our problems. We were set to maximum cyclones and 0 tornadoes. And also, we were guaranteed a hailstorm every time. So, I may or may not have made a mistake with my settings, but thankfully we caught that in episode 3 and not, you know, episode 20, when I'm still bitching about the weather, or the seasons mod. When it's not the seasons mod's fault. It's the operator not knowing what he's doing. So now we should have a little bit more realistic. I mean, we're still going to get a ton of hailstorms and windstorms. But that's not a problem. The problem was not having the tornadoes and the hurricanes to go with them. It's not going to fix the storm that's weakening now. That's said and done. But anything new now should have a shot at forming. Can't remember. Am I set to half a day on here? I don't even know. I don't know what I want to do there. But that's part of the problem, is not even having tornadoes turned on, basically. So I was trying to force feed hurricanes. I hear a thundering. But hopefully that should have us back to somewhat reasonable settings, where we can actually play the damn game. I know, it's shocking what happens when you're an idiot and you don't change your settings back. You get 3 episodes into a series and wonder why nothing's working, when you're the one who caused it to not work. Is that all the wood in here? I don't see anything else popping through. Go ahead and get the rest of the base down. Let this thing fall naturally. Actually, there is some more. That's just because this is a base tree mixed in with it. There we go. That'll start decaying. Yeah, we're starting to hear the passing by hailstorm. It's bugged out because of my mistakes. Actually, I have to cut this tree down too. I do have another axe yet. But yeah, like I said, if I'd have known it, this wouldn't have been a problem. But when I did it, I don't think I ever thought that I had to change it back, or actually what it's supposed to do is that's supposed to change, that's supposed to be something you can change per map. So I'm a little confused why that didn't change. As the sun is peeking through the clouds now. As that hailstorm slowly progresses on out of town. And we still wait for, well, our first bit of action on the year, truthfully. It hasn't really come yet. Mainly due to my fault, once again. But I'll head back over to the base, get back to work on this. Actually, I need a shovel. So we'll get that next. But hopefully we can get to work on getting this place finished. And actually, I just realized something else. Have I been recording in the wrong format? I have been. So these past two videos, I need to make my profiles again. So if these past two videos have been coming out in 720p, no, your computer's not bugged out. I'm just stupid. Oh well, can't fix it now. Guess the good thing is I did it in 60 FPS, so it's at least watchable. I forget, I had to make, I'm gonna have to make new profiles. I had them set up on my laptop, but I was messing around with things and getting Twitch dialed in, and I guess I forgot that, you know, I need a recording profile, so I'm not recording in 720p every time. Tends to help a lot. We're going to place that down. Actually, I'm going to go and put the roof the rest of the way up. Probably make our door. Now I'm going to call it an episode. Well, truthfully, I don't know what to do. Actually, what I am going to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and grab a thumbnail for the video. But anyway, next episode will be in actual proper quality. Trust me. I knew it before I started I needed to do it, and I still didn't. So man, the fact that it's going to take us that many episodes to get our first storm. Well, our first storm of note, I might add. Kind of sad, to be honest with you. I kind of expected more than one storm today. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. We'll get more to pop up soon. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Episode 4 will be coming out soon. In 1080p this time. I'm just dumb and don't forget to change settings. Or don't remember to change settings. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And we will see you in the next one. Peace.